welcome to the JR's Gaming Podcast, where we talk about the rise of Nintendo and what this great gaming franchise has in store for us in the future of gaming, and of course the country from which it was born, Japan. I'm your co-host, Roan Fern, Mr. Roan Fern, and I'm joined by absolutely no one. It's a solo episode. Sorry guys, you can click off now. That it is not worth listening to. I'm joking. Still listen, please. But anyway, why is it a solo episode? Well, firstly, I'm back from my adventure through maths exams because I had to retake them, and I think they went pretty well, so it was worth taking a break for. But why is it a solo episode? Well, here's the thing. I was looking forward to coming back, it being normal, let's get back into it. Me and Judah sit down, good old days, sit down, record. And he was like, I'm actually up in Surrey on Saturday. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But he was like, do you want to record on Sunday? I was like, oh, that could work. But then I realised I am busy on Sunday, tomorrow. So we can't record tomorrow either. So he was like, well... Actually, no, he didn't say it. I said, I think it might have to be a solo episode then. Because, I can't really get someone on this late on, this short notice. I can't really message any of my people on Discord or something, or any other podcast members. It's like way too late. So, but yeah. I should also say that there is no question this week. I think that was the same issue with my last solo episode, is that I don't have the password to the email, which is a big issue. It was given to me a while ago, but I didn't write it down, so that's my fault. I've messaged Elijah this morning if he has it. So if he does end up having it in the ad break, I'll log in and find a question or something, but if not, then that's fine. Judah's away in Surrey, so I can't really message him. But yeah, I don't. The password's really. If you're wondering, or if you're asking, just try, your name, his name, 123 or something. It's not that easy a password, because I remember at the very start we had a really easy password, and something happened. I don't know if we almost got hacked. I know we didn't. But something like that almost happened. So Judah was like, right, that's it. I'm changing the podcast email password to something that no one can ever guess. So now, I can't guess it, guys. I can't guess it. So it's not going to be Judah Rowan 123 or something, or our birthdays. It's not going to be that, unfortunately. Because I know that's what I do. When I can't remember one of my other passwords, I try. Oh, what's my usual password? But I can't do that in this situation because our password is literally the password to Elon Musk's bank account. So it's not. But I'm saying it's as complicated as that, probably. I don't know the password to Elon Musk's bank account. It might be Elon Musk 123. Doubt it, but you can try it if you want. But anyway, that's why it's a solo episode. And why there's no question. I'm going to try and make this episode as long as I can. I can't promise it'll be that long because, the absence of a question, and in general, solo episodes are just shorter. I think Judah did one last week, so that we've got 2 solo episodes in a row, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys, honestly. 2 in a row. It's unacceptable. But next week, I'm almost definitely sure it'll be back to normal. Back to normal. If you didn't see what I posted on Twitter, it was that template of Nigel Farage where he goes, guess who's... He's sat in a car and he's singing guess who's back again, that song by Slim Shady. But yeah, I posted that just because I am coming back this week. I'm also streaming later. I'm almost definitely sure I'm streaming later, so tune in. I mean, no, actually no, don't tune in. This will go out on Sunday or Monday. It won't go out today. So by the time you're listening to this, I've already streamed, and hopefully it has gone well, like the last stream did. If you want to watch my previous stream, or previous 2 streams it'll be, they always get saved as VODs, so you can watch them after they're live as well. But if not, then you can try and tune in when they're live. But if you're listening to this now, I have already streamed because this won't go out on Saturday. But anyway, I'm going to talk about a few of my topics I've got in my talk about here. Apologies as well if the episode ends up being like half an hour. I can't do anything about that. However, we have finished my exams. Yep, I finished my exams. Now there is a funny story. I mean, not really story. It's very weird. The whole structure was kind of weird. So what you did was you sort of like went into the college. You like went into the college, walked through the doors. The gates were open. So you don't have to like tap your lanyard on the gates. But pretty much what happened was you like walk through and there's like tables labeled like A to Z. I don't think there's an individual table for each letter. I think it's like A to C, A to E, or something like that. You go to like whichever letter your first name or your second name starts off with. You go to that one. You go to that one, right? And then you like go up to it and say, "Oh, this is my name." You basically just get registered. I don't know why I'm explaining it in such detail, but that's basically what you do. Um, and you like then you get given this thing. You hand in your stuff, right? Because you're not allowed your bag in the exam. That would be criminal. You give them your stuff. I put my phone in my bag because I was like, I'm not just giving my phone in. So I gave all my stuff in bulk, except for the stuff I needed for the exam. Oh, sorry. And then I took my phone. I've only been up for like not even 2 hours, by the way. I'm recording this early. But yeah, you go up to the like whatever room you're in, and you wait like with everyone else, but everyone else is just talking. Like it's does your head in, honestly. Yeah, everyone else is talking about it, saying, "Oh, I wonder what topic's going to come up," and I'm like, "Don't say that, because if I find out that I've revised the wrong topics from you, I won't be happy." So that's something that got on my nerves. There was a lot of people who came in that you could just tell didn't care. Like they just wanted to get in, do it, they hadn't revised one bit. Which you're always going to get people like that. Um, However, like there was just so many of them, and when you went in, it's funny. I went into like I think it was my paper two. I was in the same room and the same seat for every single one. It was paper two. I went in, and they were like, what the invigilator said for some reason said, "Are you Freddy?" And I was like, "No, I'm Rowan." I have no idea why she thought I was called Freddy, but that's forever gonna remain a mystery for me. Um, but yeah, so I finished exams. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, oh, I'm very tired. I haven't had a monster by the way this morning, so that's why I'm not. I will have one after this though. Um, but anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about was the Master Oogway situation. Now I think we've spoken about Master Oogway a few times in the past on this podcast. You know how some of the controversy he's got himself into. We talked about his boxing match that he did. Wasn't the best, but you know it was his first match, so it's to be expected. He's also facing Arms Cologne, which is pretty much 99% steroids. So you know. I mean, it's obvious. I don't think he said that he uses steroids, but it's just obvious. I mean, look up a photo of him if you don't know. It's Arms, ARMZ. It's spelt with a Z because that's cool, I guess. But he's called Arms, and he literally looks like a brick shithouse because he has steroids for breakfast. It's just obvious when someone's on steroids. You can tell when it's not natural. But anyway, back to Master Oogway. He has been completely. I put out a tweet about this. I'm pretty sure when I did like my I'm back tweet, but he's been completely terminated off YouTube. There's no like you can go on YouTube now. Go on it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Master Oogway, by the way, I'm not talking about the one from Kung Fu Panda, the film. I'm talking about the YouTuber, like YouTube Shorts creator sort of thing, who made like a bunch of memes, and he was basically like being, what's the word, suspicious. I don't like saying sus, so I'm just gonna say he was being like suspicious because he would like keep this joke running the whole time that he was gonna say the M word, and then he finally said it in like a YouTube short, and then he made a follow-up video like a year later where he made a video, like not a YouTube short, it was a proper horizontal sit-down video, and it was just called, I think it was called something along the lines of saying the M word for the first time. And that video, I think it blew up. I can't see the views on it anymore because it doesn't exist. But he made that video and basically explained that because he has a background in slavery, he can say the M word. Now, I'm not going to get into that. Some people probably agree, some people probably disagree. I don't know what to think. But it's obvious that he was doing it to stir shit up. That's what he was doing. But and then he proceeded to actually say the word. But then this is what did it for him. He was on thin ice already after doing that. However, what he did next, he made a video called how do I even say it? No, he made a song. Sorry, he made a song called AH is my nice friend. I can't say it. The podcast will get shut down if I say it, but you can see it. It was basically about that guy who has black hair and a rectangular mustache. You know, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, then good. But he made a video called basically saying he is my M word. And he said the M word like so many times in that song, just as if it was normal. But then I think his song got firstly the song got taken off, and then YouTube's just like just taking it down. However, he came out with a video, right? He came out with a video, basically saying that the reason he got banned off YouTube wasn't because of that song. It was because of like kids spam reporting his videos, which I'm not sure is real, like is true, because YouTube takes hate speech very seriously. I would know, right? Because I did a stream one day. It was stupid of me, basically. I did a stream, and I went into this Discord server called Socialize, where people just talk and that. And the whole like thing, people in Socialize was being live streamed to my channel. And you know, there's just idiots out there who just like join those sorts of stuff to like say the most outlandish shit possible. Some guy just joined in, said the N word, and I got my stream. Well, I took the stream down because I was like, I don't want that on my channel. But then YouTube stepped in as well and were like, yeah, you can't really be saying those type of things on the internet. And I was like, well, I didn't say it. And then I looked up the policy, and it was like, it said you are responsible for everything that happens in your streams. I was like, oh, okay, well, that's just unlucky then. But I'm never ever going to live stream another Discord server or another Discord conversation unless it's with someone who I absolutely trust, like Judah or Elijah or something like that. Yeah, I'm never doing that again. But I could have appealed the strike. It was so weird. I saw it the other day on my YouTube studio when I was like setting up my live stream, and they wanted me to go through this whole like watch this like training video about how hate speech isn't okay, and I'm like, I'm not the one that said it. If you want me to, I was like, if you want me to, I can send this video to the guy who said it on the Discord server, and then he'd probably just tell me to F off or something. Like, this is the thing. Like, that's the thing about that's a flaw in it. It's like YouTube the system can't pick up who says it. So if someone says the M word in one of your videos or your stream, they automatically think it's you. So they're trying to get me to like go through this whole training video about how saying hate speech isn't okay, and I'm like, I didn't do it. So you can also submit a review, but I've not done that. Or you can appeal it. But there's no point, because I can't be asked. The strike isn't that bad. It's my first strike, in the entire thing. Uh, so it doesn't do anything. If it was the next strike on where you get banned for like 2 weeks, um, I think the first one is a warning. The second one is a 2 week ban from like uploading or live streaming, and then the third one is just channel gone. So if it was either of those last two, I'd definitely get in touch with YouTube. But there's no point getting in touch with YouTube about the warning. I'll take the warning and move on. It's fine. I'm not bothered. Um, but yeah, Master Oogway has been completely banned. Now he was playing with fire. I have to say that, but I don't know if because he put a tweet out today, 9 hours ago, basically saying I went to YouTube and tried to get my channel reinstated, and they refused, and then he basically said goodbye YouTube. I'm going to focus on my other businesses and whatever. But he was playing with fire. To be fair, like let's be honest. I mean, I was going to say if you go back and look at his content, but you literally can't. Literally can't go back and look at his content because it's gone. The only remaining channel he has left is Young Oogway, which is his music channel. But I noticed this morning that that's been renamed to Bubby Memes. So I don't know if he's sold the channel or if he's like changed his name to like cover his tracks. It's either one of those two. Um, but yeah, Master Oogway has been terminated. I don't know if he'll come back. Look, it's looking like he won't. But there's, yeah, yeah. I don't know what to think of that. Think what you will. But he's completely gone. His channel no longer exists, which is a shame because he used to be funny. He used to be funny, but then he was like falling off. So he was basically like, what can I do? What can I do? He wanted to do something that got him attention. And saying the M word definitely got people's attention. So much so that it got the attention of YouTube. And it got his channel taken down. I don't know if that's why it got taken down. He claims it was people spam reporting him. I don't know. YouTube only knows. But that's the Master Oogway situation as it stands. He might be back as I'm, saying this. Or when by the time this goes out, he might be back. Probably not. Probably not. But always a chance. I don't know if any of you watch his content, but if you do, I'm sorry. Anyway, next one. Sudden hot weather in England. As I'm looking out my window now, the sun is beaming down on where I live, which I'm not going to say. But yeah, it's been pissing it down with rain forever and ever and ever before June, I think the beginning of June as well, it rained a lot. All through May, pretty much it rained. All through the beginning of June. But now it's, since like the 20th of June, we've just had 2 days of like boiling hot weather. Yeah, it's the 22nd of June today. So today, no, we've had 3 days. It's been since the 19th. 19th was hot. 20th was hot. 21st is hot. 22nd is hot today. No, so it's been 4 days, yeah. Yeah, it's been 4 days of sudden hot weather, which I'm not complaining about. It's nice. It's definitely nice. It's definitely a change. But boy, does it get hot in my room, because as well as, it just being hot in general, I've got a PC running, which obviously circulates heat around the room, especially when I'm playing like a high-intensive game. Like, computers get like proper hot. So that happens, makes my room even hotter. Got my fan facing at me, full blast, on the highest setting possible. Still doesn't cool me down. That's the only downside. I'm going to complain about the weather because it's in my heritage. I'm British. Yeah. But yeah, sudden hot weather in the UK. It's been all of a sudden. It wasn't even like a transitional period where it was like, oh, it's raining today. Oh, today's overcast. Oh, today's a little bit sunny. Oh, today's boiling hot. No, it was just straight up. It's grim today. Next day it was boiling hot. And that's just how the weather in the UK works. It's that meme where it's like you wake up in the UK, it's snowing in the morning. By lunchtime, it's like 30-degree weather. 2 p.m. rain. Like that's honestly a lot more accurate than people think It is. People think like, oh, it can't be that bad, but it actually kind of is. So, yeah. If you want good weather, don't move to the UK. And if you've got a chance to move somewhere else, don't move to the UK. There's many other better places. Um, Only reason to come here is for like London, pretty sure, like or like to tourists and stuff. But anyway, one more topic before I move on to the news, Nintendo news. There's one more situation that's going on that actually, instead of the Master Oogway situation, you've probably heard about this situation. It's the ImAllex situation. Now, who's ImAllex? If you don't know, he's basically a British YouTuber um, who makes like commentary videos or some shit. Um, and like like I don't know if you know who like Memulus is, Willany, all those sort of like British people had a group like called the E-Boys, I think. But ImAllex has been outed as it's really bad to talk about. You know what? Just look it up yourself. I'm not going to go in detail, but basically, one of his ex-girlfriends, or two at this point. There's one came out first, and then another one came out. But one of his ex-girlfriends came out and said he treated her like badly, but like proper badly. Like go look at the clips. I'm not going to go in detail right now because I don't like talking about that sort of stuff. But if you're not aware of this situation and you want to know what I'm talking about, just type in ImAllex on YouTube, and the videos that pop up won't be his. It will be all these people talking about him. He's yet to make a response video. I don't know what type of response video he's cooking up, but it can't be very. He can't. I don't see how he comes back from it. He's got 2 million subs, and you know what? I've never really liked ImAllex. He's always annoyed me a little bit, just a little bit. I don't know why. But yeah, go check out that situation if you want to. Right. I'm gonna take a sip of my water because I drink water. I think Judah does now. I think he has to if he wants to increase his lifespan. I think he is drinking water now because he said about how his doctor said, how often do you drink water? And he was like, none. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna need to change that. So, I'm pretty sure he has to now. I think he drinks milk as well. I vaguely remember him saying that he drinks milk on. Oh, guys, I just got a message from Judah midway through. He said he's looking for a question. So, guys, we might have a question of the week. We might have a question of the week. So keep that in mind. But yeah, he said he's drinking milk now because milk has water in it as well, but it's got something there. I understand that. I drink milk as well. But anyway, on to the Nintendo news of the week. Let's get in to the Nintendo news. We're just looking for a question, by the way, in the background, so that's fine. But we'll get through the news now. Story number 1. It's about a new Nintendo Switch Lite that's coming out. Let's see. First pre-orders appear for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom and Hyrule Edition Switch Lite. Let's read. One of the absolute highlights of the June 2024 Nintendo Direct was without a doubt The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, a brand new game in the series headed to Switch this September. Pre-orders have now started to appear for the new title, as well as the gorgeous Nintendo Switch Lite Hyrule Edition console that was announced alongside the game. Both the game and console launch September 26th. We'll be tracking all the best prices and deals available for both right here on this page, right up until launch. We wouldn't wait around too long to secure that Switch Lite though. Okay, so yeah, there's a brand new Switch Lite coming out. Yeah, so I don't know what to think. I saw a bit of the Nintendo Direct, by the way. Let us know what you guys thought about the Nintendo Direct. I thought it was alright. But I saw a bit of it because Judah streamed yesterday, by the way. If you haven't seen that stream, go check out the VOD. I think it's still up. But one of the things I saw was this new Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom game. And, you know, it seems pretty good, the game itself. One thing I'm annoyed about is now if I actually get into Zelda, I have to buy 3 games: Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Echoes of Wisdom. Because I can't just start from Tears of the Kingdom or Echoes of Wisdom. I pretty much have to start from Breath of the Wild, otherwise it's not going to make sense. If I play Tears of the Kingdom and go back and play Breath of the Wild, like, it's not going to make sense. It's going to be like going back to the very start. Like, I don't know. Um, I've never really been a Zelda fan, to be fair. But what I've heard from the games is very good. So I'm not saying that it's bad or anything. It's never appealed to me. That's all it is. But I don't know. I don't know. What I would. If both of you guys have played, if whoever's listening, if you've played Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, definitely pick this one up because it will make sense for you to just pick this one up. Because I'm guessing it's a continuation of like the Zelda story. Because that's what Tears of the Kingdom was, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, but the Switch Lite that's coming out, I'm not too sure about it. It looks really good. Like, it's gold. It's got like the design on the back. It's like, I like the gold actually. If you guys can't see it on audio or video unless it's in the thumbnail. But if it's not in the thumbnail, just type in or go on Nintendo. Like, we'll type in Zelda Echoes of Wisdom Hyrule Edition Switch Lite, and it'll come up. That's Hyrule Edition Switch Lite, Hyrule. But yeah, the Switch itself looks nice, but Judah, I think me and Judah talked about this before a few times. We're not sure about the Switch Lite. We're not sure if it's worth it. Because for 200, I've seen the price of it as well in game. This new Switch, it's £209, and I feel like for that price at this point, you can get like a used regular Switch, maybe even a brand new regular Switch if you're lucky, if you look in the right places. So with that being said, I don't see any reason to buy a Switch Lite unless you're solely. The only reason to buy a Switch Lite, in my opinion, is if you solely want to play games like in car rides or on planes. That's the only way you buy this, because it's like lighter. You can carry it around easier, I guess. But this normal Switch isn't even that heavy. Neither's the OLED. So I don't know what benefit you're getting out of getting the Switch Lite. I get that it's more cost effective, but I don't think it. Wait, I'm gonna do a bit of looking up. Right, so this new Switch Lite's £209. Whatever that is in dollars, I'm not too sure. But if I look this up, Nintendo. If I just look up Nintendo Switch for sale, yep, there's some that are cheaper. There's some that are, yep, wow, that is. Where the heck is that being sold? Cash at Max. There's a place called Cash at Max that is selling a second-gen Nintendo Switch, Neon controllers, for £160. I don't know how much I trust that, but one on eBay for 130, one on ourfriday.co.uk for 202.99. So that's 3 already that I've seen. 3 that are cheaper than this new Switch Lite. So with that being said, I don't understand why you would get this unless you're like a super hardcore Zelda fan and you want to collect it. I can see how it's be a good collector's item, but I don't understand. I've just proved my point that you can get like pretty much a brand new regular Switch, or if it's not brand new, it's at least going to be like unopened for like less than this. It's crazy. Because at that point, like, I mean, I said the only reason to get it is if you like long car journeys, but at that point you might as well just get the regular Switch anyway, because then if you change your mind later on, you can put it on the TV. That's weird. But yeah, the game looks good. Switch does still look good, but I would have preferred if they brought out the design on the regular Switch. I think it would have sold more units. But it's okay. The Switch still looks good, and if you want to buy it, you can buy it. I'm not bothered what you buy. You can. It's your money. Spend it how you like. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, that's story number 1. Story number 2 is Miyamoto shares surprise update about new Mario movie ahead of Nintendo Direct. Ahead of today's Nintendo Direct, Shigeru Miyamoto has shared a surprise update on social media about the new Super Mario Bros. Movie, revealing the launch date for Japan and also sharing a little insight on the project. Firstly, he's now confirmed this new movie will be arriving in Japan on the 24th of April 2026, so that's the same month as the Western release. As for the project itself, Miyamoto says he's working well with Illumination to ensure it's another fun movie and hopes everyone looks forward to it. So good news all round, and at the very least it reconfirms this movie release date is still on track for April 2026. This latest update follows the initial announcement during this year's Mario Day celebrations, which confirmed the animated sequel would be arriving here, the West, on 3rd of April 2026. Nintendo didn't reveal much else at the time, but it will once again be based on the world of the Super Mario Bros. Series. Illumination's Chris Meledandri, I think that's how you say it, also reveals the original team who worked on the first movie would be returning when the original movie made its debut in cinemas. It managed to break all sorts of video game movie records, going on to surpass the 1 billion mark at the global box office. Apart from the Mario movie following up, Shigeru Miyamoto and Nintendo are currently working on a live-action Zelda movie. Yeah, they are working on a live-action Zelda movie. They're working on a live-action Zelda movie. We've talked about that before. And a live-action Minecraft movie featuring Jack Black as Steve. Nintendo aren't doing that. That's just another project that's going on. I still can't see how that's going to work. But anyway, yeah. So there's a new Mario movie coming out. When I will be 19. I'll be 19 when this comes out. That's scary. When it said Chris, I thought it was going to talk about Chris Pratt. I don't know if he's going to be returning. He most likely will be. I think the voice actors did a fairly good job in the original movie. Yeah, it was quite good, the first film. If you've not already seen it, what are you doing? Go and watch it. Watch it on a dodgy website, like I said before. Oh, as well, I think HD Today, it's harder to get on HD Today now. The original link doesn't work. You have to type in like hdtoday.cc or something. It's crazy, but yeah, there's a new Mario movie coming in 2026. That's ages away, but yeah, that is ages away. That's like 2 years away. Just under 2 years away. Wow. But it's ages away, but I'm sure it'll be amazing when it comes out. So it's probably worth the wait. But yeah, that's pretty much that story. He's confirmed some detail. He didn't confirm that much about the actual film, but it will be based on the Super Mario Bros. Series, so it'll be set in the same like sort of world as the Mushroom Kingdom. I'm assuming it'll be set in the same place. By the way, guys, we do have a question. Nice, yeah, yay! We have a question. Nice. Anyway, that's story number 2. Story number 3 is ending on a very bitter note. It says Nintendo is going after sheet music. Uh-oh. Nintendo at it again, man. This is why, you know what I mean, they do a good thing, like bring out the Nintendo Direct, and then they do some shit like this. Like, let's read this, and I'll say what I think afterwards. Hurry, let me take a sip of my water first. Stay hydrated. Okay, sorry about that long pause. Let's read. It should come as no surprise that Nintendo is pretty protective regarding its IP. Yeah, it is. Going after emulators, ROM hacks, and reproductions is one thing, but it looks like the firm is starting to aim its sights on something rather surprising: sheet music. According to 2 separate community posts on YouTube, seems like Nintendo is looking to take down fan-arranged sheet music based on its franchises. The first is via the popular channel Sheet Music Bros, which states in a classic Nintendo move they've DMCA'd all of our correctly licensed sheet music before expressing frustration towards the situation. This is what they said. This is in quotes, by the way. In a classic Nintendo move, they've DMCA'd all of our correctly licensed sheet music. This doesn't benefit the original artist. They receive royalties for our arrangements that they know they won't get. This doesn't benefit us because it makes us less likely to make music that we love. and it's frustrating for you all because you can't play our arrangements that we've put hours into. We're working on it, but it's super frustrating, especially given that so many Nintendo pieces aren't available anywhere as sheets. Sorry to everyone affected, and please know it's totally out of our control. The second is from Purple Shala, a pianist who has amassed a following of nearly 30,000 in a similar post. She confirms that her sheet music hosted via Music Notes has been taken down by Nintendo, including arrangements for Fire Emblem and Xenoblade Chronicles. Wow! Nintendo, that's a really messed up thing to do. That's a really messed up thing to do. Just like every single other thing that you've done. That's messed up. I mean, that's crazy. I get taking down, like, ROM hacks, kind of fair enough, not really, still bad. Fan games, stuff like that, right? But music, Nintendo. If someone's making covers or using your music and making it better or something, that should warm the strings of your heart. But instead, it's burning inside, like you're angry at this for some reason. I don't understand why. What's the reason? Like, guys, this is low even for Nintendo. Actually, it's not, but still, like Nintendo, we all know what they're like. I don't understand why they're so protective of their IP. I really don't. You don't see PlayStation or Xbox coming out, say, like taking down people using their menu music or something. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to them, but it matters to Nintendo for some reason. That is something that I'll never, ever understand. And I understand it's the higher-ups at Nintendo. The people who host the Nintendo Direct. Miyamoto's there. All those people, I love those people. They have nothing to do with it. It's not like Miyamoto's on his computer searching for Nintendo music, taking them all down. It's the people at the very top of the hierarchy who are like, those suit and tie kind of guys who are like, they're almost like the mafia at this point. Like, aren't Nintendo like a monopoly at this point? They pretty much are. But yeah, Nintendo is taking down people's music. I don't understand. I don't know the situation on Gary Bowser either. I'm not too sure what stage that's at. It's probably still at the same stage, to be fair. Yeah, like the Gary Bowser situation is horrible. Like, he has to go to food banks. He can't pay for his medical bills. He had SWAT teams like raiding his house. That guy is, props to him, honestly, for still. I mean, what he did was wrong, but Nintendo just went overboard with the punishment, honestly. And Nintendo, you should be ashamed of yourselves for doing that, in my opinion. But yeah, Nintendo don't listen to this podcast. But yeah, if they one day do, that's crazy. Could you imagine Nintendo listening to this podcast? That's crazy. That thought alone is crazy. Imagine that. I mean, I'd be happy with just one of the representatives listening in. That'd be amazing. Imagine we got an email at jrsgaming135@gmail.com from Shigeru Miyamoto. I mean, that would just blow our minds. That's crazy, mate. One day, you never know. Probably won't happen, but you get what I mean. Anyway, I think there's an ad break here because we've done all 3 news stories. So, if an ad break's going to be here, ad break now. Sorry to interrupt the episode. I'm Roan, the co-host of this podcast. If you're a regular listener to our podcast, you would know that me and Judah love to hear from our community. Every single week, we read out your comments and questions on the podcast. One viewer wrote in telling us how they found their wife directly through the popular 3DS game, Pokemon X. Bloody hell, you don't hear that every day. You can become that viewer by writing into our podcast email, jrsgaming135@gmail.com. That is jrsgaming135@gmail.com. I know all of you hate ads, so on with the show. And we're back from the ad break. That was a lovely ad. Loved it. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you? Anyway, I am so tired. I just had to put that out there. Guys, we have a question of the week from Lilac. Is that how you pronounce it? Hopefully. They say, hey guys, Love being a listener as always, but I thought I would be the one to ask a question now. LOL. If there was one thing about the Super Mario series you could change, what would it be? Lilac from the US. Good question. Very good question. Very unique question. If there's one thing about the Super Mario series, is that what that meant? Yeah, the Super Mario series. I'm guessing they mean the side-scrolling, like the side-scrolling game, or side-scrolling games, like Mario Wonder, Mario Bros. You know, those like Super Mario Bros. If there was one thing I could change, that's a really hard question. One thing I could change. I'll probably make it so in Mario Bros. Wii, there's um there's 4 characters in Super Mario Bros. Wii. There's Mario, Luigi, but then Nintendo were like, oh, we need another 2 characters. So there were one, and then one representative or one guy in the meeting was just like, let's have one guy was like, let's have Wario and Waluigi. That makes sense, right? And then Nintendo was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. And then like another guy was like, let's have Blue Toad and Yellow Toad. And then Nintendo was like, bingo. And so in that game, you have Mario, Luigi, Blue Toad, Yellow Toad. It makes no sense whatsoever, really. And I think it would make much more sense if we changed those 2 characters to Wario and Waluigi. Why not? They're, the other two, they make sense. They make more sense than Blue Toad, Yellow Toad. So that's what I change about Mario Bros. Wii. Mario Bros. Wonder, I haven't played, so I can't really say anything about that. Mario Bros. Wii, no, Mario Bros. U Deluxe. That's what it's called, isn't it? I'll change the name of that. Because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe works. Right, there's no memories of the Wii U there. Well, there is, kind of, but it's not got like U in the title. It's not Mario Kart U Deluxe, right? The Mario Bros. On the Nintendo Switch, however, is called New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Why is the U there? Why? Why is the U there? Just get rid of the U entirely. Super Mario Bros. Deluxe. Rolls off the tongue. Makes more sense. Because, we're not on the Wii U. Why is there a U there? Come on. Alright, come on. What else? I've answered, done Mario Bros. Wii. Done Mario Bros. U Deluxe, which it shouldn't be called that. In terms of Mario Bros, I think those are the only things I'd change. I wouldn't make this is the final thing. The castles in specifically Mario Bros. Wii. They're such a pain they're such a pain to complete sometimes. Because you'll complete one. No, no, sorry. You'll be doing like a castle like going up, and then you just. I'm not talking about the main castle, by the way. I'm talking about the mini ones. The mini ones are like the worst because there's like spikes, which if you touch instantly, you die. But in some of those mini castles, they literally take up most of the screen. And you somehow have to maneuver your way through the spikes and not die. So that's one thing I'll change, is that to save my controller from smashing into a million pieces, make it so that I don't get angry. It's possible to complete the level without going through a midlife crisis. And yeah, I think those are the things that I would change about the Mario Bros. Series. I'm sure Judah can enlighten us on what he would change next week. And of course how his week has been, how he got on up in... Sorry. But yeah, we've come to the end of the episode. We've managed to make pretty good time, around 45 minutes. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please send in your questions and comments to jrsgaming135@gmail.com. Please subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you're listening from, and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, as this will help us out greatly and get the podcast around. Our socials, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, website and Discord, all will be down there in the description. Until then, it's a goodbye from me, and a goodbye from only me. And guys, next week, I will start counting down the days till Christmas.